Good morning, boys, girls, and other folk. My name is Hopeless Judas, and welcome to my midlife crisis. So, first things first, if you are joining me from TikTok, I have a very dramatic announcement to make. And excuse me if I indulge in a little bit of being a pretentious douche. Yeah, I never do it, so, I may as well just do it at least once, but whatever I am accomplishing on that platform right now, it is really just me keeping in touch with people I enjoy keeping in touch with. The message there has been so suppressed that unless I hit something just right, its intended audience is not seeing it. So I thought it was high time for me to go old school and go back to YouTube. Now, I don't enjoy it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep doing TikTok, but it's going to be more just me hanging out with you guys and doing a live here and there. But my actual content, which I'm going to be upping the production on, there's certain things that I've needed to learn how to do for a while, and I'm learning those things. Regarding why I'm here. Let's be real. I am one more voice in an already crowded ecosphere. I make no mistake. I know where I am, and I know that my message does not really differ from too many other people who are of my ilk. So then why should you speak to me? Why should you listen to me? Why should you interact with me? Why should you like and subscribe and do all of the things? Why should you do that? Ah, I slipped that in there. That was pretty good. I'm remembering my old training. I used to be on this fairly often when I was a young, immature asshole by the name of Savras Bean. So if you can find that, go look that up. That'd be funny. But it essentially just me and Dave Grady went about it. Oh God, I have to get back into that at some point. That would just be funny to find out where he is. Anyway. So long form YouTube content. Can I be honest? This actually feels really good. I'm not the grab your phone and let's go make a video. No, I'm old school. I'm sit down in front of a webcam and rant like a dumbass, And so what do I actually want to say? I have this thing freaking up. Like, what are we saying right now? All right. I don't really want to talk too much about politics on this first episode, just because you know how I feel if you care enough to look. And that's a decent enough place to start right now, just because there's too much to talk about, and I want to make sure that I nail what I want to say exactly. So if you'll bear with me for the first few videos while I kind of get my collective shit together. Oh, that's another thing. I am making a concerted effort, although not as evidenced by what you're seeing now, to limit my swearing. Now, it's part of my expression, so I don't even really think of it. I'm South Jersey dirt merchant, through and through, have been. So I'm doing my best. So feel free to call me out on it. So what should you expect on this channel? I suppose that's the first thing. The first thing that you should expect is I'm not going to debate with you. This is not a let's engage with who that. No, I'll engage with you, but I'm not interested in debating. I'm not. And the reasons for that is most of the subject matter we have deviated politically to such a degree that it's no longer a matter of policy. We're not when we're debating politics these days, it's normally a left versus right thing. And while I don't really like slipping in that dichotomy, the reality is, if we are going to build some kind of world after this fucking crisis, and excuse my language again, oh, I should be penalized for that. Anyway, you know what? I should be put in the penalty box, and you should be forced to listen to my music for 2 minutes. No? All right, let's move on. So, hold on a second. Okay, so I'm not going to debate. The reality is that while I don't like slipping into the left versus right dichotomy, if you wanted to be, if you, if you're basing left and right to ideology, well, then you're not even having a left versus right conversation, because today's establishment Democrats are really right. Like, let's be real. I'm not trying to talk crap about anybody. That just is what it is. Okay. So when people like me, who are legitimately progressive, kind of come into the scene, we're just looking at you guys are 2 steps away from Mein Kampf. You know this, right? But no, they don't. Anyway, we'll get into that. Oh, I almost slipped into it, didn't I? But anyway, why I won't slip into the left versus right dichotomy. That's why long form content suits me, because I go off on like 15 fucking tangents every time. But I always make my way home. I always find my way home. So, if we are going to be building this post-Trump world, and let's be real, that's the way this is going. I don't think if me, I'm building this wall, to help, to be part of a structure that houses people. If the person next to me is building this to keep people out, then I do not trust the spirit of that conversation. So I'm not going to debate with you. Do you know what I'm saying? The second you have stepped away from, I am doing this because it benefits everybody, not just myself, or benefits more than myself, maybe a select few people, but as long as it is not at the expense of someone else. And again, we're going to have those conversations. That's going to be a long, drawn-out thing here. Do you really want to know why I'm doing this now? I've been on TikTok for a while, and I've grown a respectable and amazing audience that I have really come to enjoy. It started from, I think it's like 7 people, and I think an alt account that I had was one of them, and it grew to almost 15,000, and they're amazing people. 2-1. But eventually it just comes to a point to where you need to make concrete that you want to say. And I realize I'm stuttering like a hump right now, but there are so many things that I want to talk about that the second I bring it up, TikTok immediately kills the video. Now, I get it. It's, it's owned by Larry Ellison, and we'll get into Mr. Ellison. I really do want to do a lot of discussion about those things, because I tend to try and surround myself with people much smarter than I, and those people are not in short supply. I tend to be kind of in the middle of the bell curve, I suppose. But we have things to talk about. And you can't do that there anymore. And it sucks. It sucks. So I'm going to keep that really, I don't know, maybe I'll rededicate that to my music or something. I really have no clue how. And it really sucks, because that was so much fun for so long. Damn it. Just in case anyone is wondering, And I really hope no one is wondering at this point, oh gentle viewer. If you don't know which way I lean politically, you're not paying attention. And the reason that I'm saying this right now is because it all comes to bear. Okay? I am going to be fairly political on here. I'm going to be fairly, I do a lot of storytelling as well. So we're going to get into that. Some stories that I've written, things like that. This is where I need to say what I need to say. And it's going to be multi-genre. It's going to be, it is what it is. So it's not going to be cohesive all the time, but it will be real. So that's one thing that you can expect here, is that I'm not going to debate. And that's not coming from a place of can't. It's coming from a place of, I don't believe, for example, someone who comes out of MAGA will do any better as a leftist. I think I think they would end up, someone who stopped worshiping Donald Trump right now would immediately look for a substitute for that. That's kind of what that is psychologically, you know. God damn, like there really is no way of getting away from that. Funny thing is, I'm doing my best to not make this political, and that's what I am. So let's just lean into that. But I'm not really going to be doing any more serious political content on TikTok for the foreseeable future. I may say some stuff about it, but I want to be able to show you this and other things and graphs, and I want to really show you the data, the reality of what it is we're all witnessing. So, you know what? I think that'll actually about do it for my first one back. So thank you very much for listening, and give me a like, a subscribe, whatever it is. I don't even know what the hell. I have nothing canned for that. Oh, this is going to be a shit show. Judas out.